My name is Dr. Phua Mei Ching. I am 59 years old this year. I first started dancing when I was 40 years old, and it's because I realized I was working too hard. I was working 14, 15 hours every day and most weekends. So one day I woke up and I realized that my life was actually very, very unhealthy and I needed to get some form of exercise. So I tried various things. I tried jogging, I tried running, I tried swimming, but they didn't work for me. So one day I thought, because there was a Strictly Come Dancing in the UK at the time, so I watched it on TV and I thought, oh, that might be interesting. So I went along and went to a class and had my dance lessons there. I only managed to do it for about 4+, nearly 5 years. And then I had to stop dancing altogether because my son at the time was growing up. So I then stopped dancing for nearly 10 years. And then I restarted. So that was 40 to about 44, 45. And then I stopped for nearly 10 years, not quite, about 9+ years. And then I restarted again recently. Actually, the competitions have two reasons. Number one, I persuaded my husband to take up ballroom dancing. He won't do Latin because he's too self-conscious about the hips and the body position, but he's okay with ballroom standard. So I managed to persuade him to join me and learn ballroom dancing so that we can have it as a hobby and a way to exercise together. The only problem is my husband then he enjoyed it and he took it as a bit of fun. And so he would go to a class, learn from the class, and then at the end of the class, he had so much fun. Now most people, when they return to the class next week, they will say, oh, we forgot everything because we didn't practice. That's normal. But what he would do is he would tell me, no, I've never seen that step before, I've never done that step before. So I then thought, this is not working out for me. So in order to find a way to make sure that he would focus on his classes and not just, enjoy gao gao zhen like that. So I then thought, okay, I'm going to put a bit of pressure on him. So that's why we enrolled into competitions. And so we've been doing some competitions in Malaysia, and also when we go back to the UK, we also do some competitions out there. And then at some point, the competition bug kind of bit me, and I started enjoying it so much, I thought, I'll do a bit of Pro-Am, because ultimately, although it's very enjoyable dancing with my husband, obviously because he's relatively new to it, he's only been dancing for about a year, just a bit over a year. So I thought, this is, so occasionally I felt 唔夠好 not quite satisfied enough. So I thought, okay, I'll do a bit of Pro-Am, and that's it, yeah. After I stopped following my long break, when I came back, I primarily focused on ballroom standard rather than Latin. Of course, all workplaces, no matter how much you enjoy, and I did love my job, really, really loved it, ultimately still has its own office politics and so on. So there's a lot of stress in life, and of course, you can go swimming, you can go jogging, you can go, all those things. And that would also be a good way to get a bit of exercise into you. But I found that dancing was the one thing that totally relaxed me. When the music is on, when you're trying to work out what the steps are and to focus on getting the steps right to music, it's impossible to think of the stresses in the office. It's impossible to think of who you had a row with, who you had an argument with in the office. So it was a total relaxer, and I found that I really, really loved it. So I utterly, utterly enjoyed it. In Europe, there's been a lot of research that has found that dancing is extremely beneficial especially to older people. The music relaxes them, but at the same time, the need to remember your steps, to learn your steps, to dance with musicality, and all that helps with not only the physical side of the body, but it also helps with the mental side. So it helps mental deterioration, and is able, studies have shown that it actually helps reduce the speed with which dementia and Alzheimer's can take place. So it's a fabulous form, and as a result of that, many European governments actually subsidize the social dancing. Obviously not the competitive side. Competitive side is a totally different thing. You invest your money to try and improve in the highest level possible. But UK and European governments actually have government subsidies for social dancing, especially for older people, because they believe that it will help, bearing in mind that in those countries they have most of the health care is government health care, not so much private health care like here. So since it is government health care, for those countries, if they can encourage the older people, who are obviously the people who fall ill more, but if they can encourage the older people to come out and exercise and socialize as well, because the social environment is not just, doing it. So it's beneficial for health. And as a result, it's a very popular thing, hobby, you can call it that way, in Europe.
Whenever somebody lives, dear, it was